Hey, welcome back to Zelda, the first Zelda. Topics. What do you want to talk about today? This is a bad note. I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. What's the next note? Yeah, don't say that. The Rome church thing. So I was Googling churches in Rome because I have this job offer. Like, I don't know if I'm going to take this job in Rome. New York. I should probably always say that because I never heard of Rome, New York. There's a Rome in New York. There's a bow and arrow. It's the secret. I want to try to figure out this thing. I don't think I've ever figured out I've probably talked about this idea before, but I don't know why I feel this way. Because if it's not how other Christians feel. I was watching this video on the Rome, it's called like Life Church or something in Rome. And they were talking about why they started the church and like how it happened in their story. And they do this thing that obviously like a lot of Christians do, because it's like, it'll be obvious when I say it, but the story was, oh, you get the boomerang and the arrow. What was the story? Come on, remember the story. The basic thing was, they're like, oh, where are we going to start a church? Where are we going to start? And then, Wallmaster. Yeah. They looked on a map and like, they saw Rome, New York, and then they talked to somebody, and then the person that they talked to was like, oh, I live in Rome, and I was praying that someone would start a church here. Why am I not hitting it? And then you started a church here, and it's like, God did that because I prayed, and okay, here we go. That's it. A lot of times stuff like that in church, you hear stories. I'm not doing a good job explaining it, sorry. It's just like the story about like, oh, I was sick and then I prayed and I got better. Anytime I hear stories like that, it seems like the other people in the church, like when they tell stories. I remember I was in a church once with my parents, and this guy was saying like, oh, this little girl was sick and we were praying for a doctor, and then it turns out like there's this one doctor in the whole world who knows how to do the special surgery, and he lived in the next town over, and then she lived, and she's 30 years old, and she's right there in the front row. No. I don't know. And I could feel like audible like gasps from people, like, whoa, what a coincidence, that must be God. But in my gut, I'm like, oh, that doesn't make me feel good. This is the interesting thing to me, is like, why does it make me feel bad? But the same story, when other Christians hear it, they're like, oh, that's amazing. I can't believe God is so... Why am I not having the same reaction? I'm not going to look up the second dungeon. I'm going to try to explore. That's what the game is, right? You're supposed to keep exploring. Ooh, exploring is so fun. I'm going to show you guys that is dumb. Linear games are the best games. I don't know who I'm arguing with, but I feel like I never hear anybody say, like, oh, linear games are better and they're more fun. Like The Last of Us. People love The Last of Us, but it's linear. But I'm like, it's good, because it's like telling a story. It's hard to tell a story with, like, multiple stuff, and I know this game isn't telling a story, but do you like, just like, if you want to explore, why don't you explore the real world? Like, go outside. I don't know. You can explore outside. There's like ants and stuff, but this is like, why is it more fun to explore in a world like this? I guess it's more rewarding because you're like, oh, I found a heart piece. And I don't hate it, but I just don't like it as much as other people. Like, I like Zelda. Zelda's my favorite. I like this game. But I don't like when people kind of glorify open world stuff and non-linearity. Anyway, what was my Rome, New York church? I want to try to figure out why I'm different. Like, what is that? Because I don't know how to explain that feeling. Is it just like, oh, I don't believe that it's true, so I'm like, oh, that's dumb. God didn't do that because it's just a coincidence. I guess kind of. That's kind of, yeah, it's kind of the case. I'm gonna save because I don't remember how saving works. Do you keep your Triforce pieces, like, if you die? I don't know. I'm stupid, I don't remember this game. It's been 20 years, probably, since I've played it. Get off my back. These are the Tektites. Oh. What is it? I don't want to be that guy, though, because I don't want to be, because I'm like a Christian, I believe in God, right? I don't want to be the guy who's just like, oh, well, it's not real, so it's dumb, and God's not real, so that's why you don't like it, because you know the truth. I want a better reason than that. I feel like there is a better reason. Part of it is that logic-y thing, like trying to logic God. That's a... It bums me out that, like, if they didn't pray about that little girl, then she would have just died. Is that how it works? Like, is that the implication, I guess? If they didn't pray for that little girl, then she would have died. But since they prayed... Is that that's the implication for me? That's why I don't like it, really. But there are smart, like... Okay, wait, I want to get in there. I want to get in there. It's a secret to everybody. Okay, I have a lot of money now. 10 rupees, that's it? It's not a great secret. You definitely have to buy, like, a lantern or something. I don't want to lose my money. But I'm gonna die. Oh, I have to end. What am I doing? Is that for real? Oh no, I have 4 minutes left. Go. I'm not gonna restart. Did I lose all my money though, right? Oh no, I keep it. That's nice. So I just gotta get a bunch of more money, I think. The implication is that I guess I don't like that kind of a system. Like, okay, you pray and then good stuff happens. That's not really what most Christians believe, though. Like, if you pin down like a smart Christian, he wouldn't say that's how prayer works. Is like you pray for stuff and then, like, if my arm hurts and then I pray it's better, then that was God. Most like smart Christians, they don't really believe that. So maybe they don't like those stories either. Maybe I'm just too smart. Meet the old man at the grave. Is that it? Maybe I'm like a smart Christian. There are other things I was thinking about. What else? Why don't I like it? There's that obvious thing of... Part of that first point is like... God's being kind of a jerk because he's like, well, you gotta pray to me to save a girl. I'm like, if you don't pray, then I'm gonna kill her. I guess that's it. I guess that's the reason, is like I just don't want God to work that way. I don't want things to have to like what about the kids in Africa? I don't know, like, how does that work? If I pray for all the kids in Africa, do I have to pray for like a specific one? That's not how prayer works. That's not how the prayer works. Ooh. I gotta get 60 rupees to get that lantern, and then you can like open up you can like burn the forest down or something. And then it opens a door. I guess that's it. I shouldn't make it more complicated than I have to. I don't want God to work that way. I don't want it to be like reliant on me praying for people to live. That's like stressful. Like, I should just keep praying all the time then, right? Like, there's all these people dying all the time and I could save them by praying for them. Oh, is this number 2? Did I just stumble upon it? 3. Oh, that's scary. Should I try 3? I don't think I could beat 3. We'll try it. See what happens. Who's the boss for 3? All I got is my boomerang. Oh. Okay, I mean, it's a little bit fun when you just kind of find a dungeon and you're like, oh, let's see. Let's see what happens. And it's not like, I know I'm supposed to be here. I get that. I get it. There's this game my brother just mentioned to me today that he wants to play. That I just was Googling it and it looked pretty cool. It's for the PS5. My brother got a PS5. He's always like that. He just does stuff like that. What's it called? He knows how to get stuff, and I really want to play Returnal. That's a weird name. It's hard to remember. But it's a roguelike game where it's like really hard, but it's the kind of game where people might not like it because you have to like grind, but I kind of like that. I liked the game Rogue Legacy. That was fun. A roguelike, I think, is when you play like the same area over and over again, but the area changes. It's like procedurally generated and it's always different. But every time you die, you go back to the beginning, but you kind of can keep some of your stuff, like your upgrades. So that's how you like progress through the game. You get better and you keep some upgrades. It's the Dark Nuts. But I kind of like those kind of games. I haven't played too many, but I like them. I think I would like that game. And then, oh, I died. I just go back to that dungeon beginning, right? Game over. Okay, I think that's it for today. Yeah. That was a weird topic. I didn't do a great job. Well, whatever. Should I drink soda? I used to drink soda before I started. But I've stopped doing that because I'm like, when I'm more energetic, it's like you're trying too hard or whatever. Maybe it's just good to switch it up once in a while. I don't know if I could beat 3. See you tomorrow. Bye.